Welcome to today's video on mastering your finances with the 50-30-20 budget rule. If you've ever wondered how to take control of your money, meet your financial goals and save for the future, you're in the right place. So let's get started. The 50-30-20 budget rule, popularized by U.S. Sen. Elizabeth Warren, provides a straightforward framework for managing your finances in her book, All Your Worth, The Ultimate Lifetime Money Plan. The book provides a comprehensive guide to personal finance, covering topics such as budgeting, savings, investing, debt repayment, and retirement planning. The book is based on the author's belief that everyone, regardless of their income or background, can achieve financial security. Warren and Tyagi argue that the key to financial success is to develop a lifelong financial plan that is tailored to your individual needs and goals. As she puts it in her book, you split your after-tax income into three categories: 50% on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings. Let's start with the basics. The 50% allocated for needs covers essential expenses for survival. As Senator Warren emphasizes in her book, needs are those bills that you absolutely must pay and are the things necessary for survival. The essentials are the basics which you will always have to pay for: housing, rent or mortgage, bills, energy, council tax, internet, monthly outgoings, commuting costs, childcare, the gym, and anything else you have to pay for. The idea behind 50-30-20 is that essentials make up half of your salary. Of course, that may not be true. If you have an unusually large cost for an essential like renting in London, it may come to more than half of your wage. If this is the case, don't worry. The 50-30-20 rule is a guide, so if yours is closer to 60-30-10, that works too. If your needs exceed 50% of your income, you might need to consider cutting down on wants or finding ways to reduce your essential expenses. As Warren suggests, if you are spending more than that on your needs, you will have to either cut down on wants or try to downsize your lifestyle, perhaps to a smaller home or more modest car. Moving on to the 30% allocated for wants, Senator Warren describes these expenses as, wants are all the things you spend money on that are not absolutely essential. The fun stuff. This is the money you spend on enjoying yourself, your hobbies, and your lifestyle. Most common lifestyle purchases include subscriptions, TV, music streaming, food, drink, magazines, hobbies, gigs, sports, football, model trains, stamps, whatever you're passionate about. Eating and drinking out, socializing and going out, shopping, a new outfit, books, video games, whatever you treat yourself with. Finally, the 20% allocated for savings is crucial for financial security. As Senator Warren points out, finally, try to allocate 20% of your net income to savings and investments. You should have at least 3 months of emergency savings on hand in case you lose your job or an unforeseen event occurs. The last 20% is the money you put aside in savings. It can be for long-term goals or short-term goals. Long-term goals may be your pension or retirement, a house deposit, a wedding. Short-term goals could be for expensive items that may not take as long to save for, like a car or a holiday. So why should you consider the 50-30-20 rule? Well, here are some benefits, as Senator Warren explains. The 50-30-20 rule can guide individuals to financial prosperity in a number of different ways. Potential benefits from these guidelines include ease of use, financial balance, prioritizing vital expenses, emphasizing saving goals, and promoting long-term financial security. Now, how can you adopt this rule effectively? Senator Warren offers practical advice in her book. To better understand your spending habits, start by keeping track of your expenses for a month or two. Analyze your spending to determine how well it adheres to the 50-30-20 breakdown by classifying it into needs, wants, and savings. Let's dive into a real-life example. Imagine a recent college graduate starting her first job. She tracks her expenses, calculates her after-tax income, and allocates her budget according to the 50-30-20 rule, just as Senator Warren suggests. The person calculates her monthly after-tax income, which amounts to $3,500. This will be her basis for allocating her budget according to the 50-30-20 rule. After analyzing her tracked expenses, the person realizes that her essential expenses like rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, and student loan payments add up to approximately $1,750 per month. She allocates exactly 50% of her income, which is $1,750, to cover these needs. The person then allocates worth of $50 to discretionary items and $700 each month to retirement and savings. The person sets up an automatic transfer from her checking account to her savings account on her payday. 6 months later, the person is promoted. Because the person's income has changed, she reevaluates each budget amount. In addition, the person reviews her budget and adjusts as needed. She also realizes that her transportation expenses are higher than expected, so she decides to start carpooling with a colleague to reduce costs. The person remains disciplined and consistent with her budgeting practice. She prioritizes financial well-being and regularly evaluates her progress toward her goals. As she progresses in her career, she continues to adjust her budget to reflect changes in her income and priorities. In the long run, the person has taken steps to not only have their needs met, but have sufficient funds available for their future. Can you modify the percentages to fit your circumstances? Yes, you can. Higher cost of living or specific goals may require adjustments. Should you include taxes in the calculation? Typically, no. Focus on after-tax income. Can you save for long-term goals with this rule? Absolutely. Allocate part of your 20% to savings for goals like a house down payment or investments. In conclusion, the 50-30-20 rule is a versatile tool for managing your finances, saving for the future, and achieving financial balance. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, it's not about living like a Spartan, but about having a plan that allows you to cover your expenses, save for retirement, and enjoy life. Whether you're just starting out or looking to improve your financial habits, the 50-30-20 rule can be your guiding light on the path to financial success.